Excuse you. I said excuse you, peasant. You're blocking the path. Step aside. I have places to be, and standing here isn't one of them. Move along the path, back the way you came. What? What are you talking about? Yes, the cave, the path. The cave is the path, genius. Not that I should expect a commoner to know that, I suppose. You're a commoner. It's painfully clear, just look at you. An ignorant commoner at that, since you're not bowing and scraping at the sight of me. Which, come to think of it, what are you even doing here? You shouldn't be here. This is church territory. Yes, church. The mountain folk. The unfailingly refined. The ones who look like me. I beg your pardon. Dwarf is a slur. I'll thank you not to use it again. Idiotic peasant. You're lucky I don't have you beheaded for that. Because I can do anything I want, especially to commoners. But I do try to be benevolent. There's not much to be gained from needless violence, despite how nice it might feel. Do you really not know who I am? Seriously. Do you live under a root or something? In that case, I'll humor you. Behold, Princess Arkose Esker of the Churt. You may kiss my ring. Actually, no, never mind. I think I'd rather not get that close. But you didn't answer my question. What are you doing here? This cave is off limits to the Talls. There should have been a sign. Or at least a really off-putting rock formation. Exploring what? There's not a lot to explore. This cave is fairly dull. Besides, you're only a few meters into it. Doesn't matter. You wouldn't be able to go much further anyway. You have just the one very weak lantern. And your race doesn't have night eyes, right? As I figured. And you also don't have the climbing ability of the Churt. We're quite nimble, you know. Oh yes, no one can match us for dexterity and balance. Comes in handy when you're on unsteady or unstable ground, you know? But no, you definitely couldn't go much further before it became entirely impassable for you. You might as well get out of here. Find a more hospitable place to roam around. You'd be better off in the woods, perhaps, exploring trees and such. Picking flowers and herbs and whatever else people do in the woods. Not my cup of tea. I prefer my caves and ravines. But I hear trees are nice if you like that sort of thing. Very green, very leafy. Only be careful of the tree billies. I'm told they're savages. Oh yes, dirty, loud, drunken idiots. Pointy-eared, slack-jawed yokels. You do well to steer clear of them. They might even eat you if they caught you. I don't have to meet one. I have lots of intelligence brought back to me. My network is top-notch. I'm a princess, remember? I know everything that goes on in and around my kingdom. I pride myself on it. Yes, well, not every race can have the knowledge or culture of the Churt. I try to be patient with those less fortunate than we. Yourself, for example. You're a veritable blank slate when it comes to culture. Have you really never met a Churt before? You seem so genuinely surprised to see me. Although I suppose it could be that my finery is blinding you. We Churt do tend to wear a lot of jewelry, at least compared to other races. But again, it's just part of our culture. We mine the ores and the gems, so naturally we incorporate them into our clothes and tools. I think a little sparkle makes everything better, don't you? Oh, don't worry about me. I could leave this place dripping with diamonds and still be just fine. No one will lay a hand on me. Don't judge me by my size, peasant. I may look small in comparison to you, but I have strength, more muscle mass than you'll probably ever have in your life, and weapons, which I know how to use quite well. I've been trained by the best fighters in my kingdom. I genuinely pity anyone who tries to take even a single link of gold from my person. Oh, trust me, you don't want to find out. Best to keep those hands in your pockets. But if you are truly concerned with my welfare, don't be. My prowess with the axe is one reason why I'm able to travel without a half an army's worth of guards. In case you were wondering, that is. Not that it's any of your business. You seem so intrigued by me. I understand that I am fairly fascinating. Perhaps I could pause for a moment and chat. I presume you'd enjoy that. I mean, who wouldn't enjoy the company of a church princess? Precisely. It's not like you'd do something as stupid as decline the offer of a royal's company. You'd never be that brainless. And I don't often have the chance to speak to a peasant. Consider it an ambassadorial role. I'm educating you on behalf of my people, reaching out and building bridges with the lowly leaf pickers. You're welcome. Well then, sit down, commoner. Right there, out of reach. That's perfect. Allow me to share the famous church hospitality. Would you like a bit of biscuit? I think you'll want to try it. We church are exceptional chefs. The nuances of flavors, the variances in subtle textures. You won't find a more delightful cuisine anywhere in the world. You should be very grateful that I'm sharing this with you. Are you hesitating because you think it's poisoned? Or because you're afraid you'll enjoy it too much? Just eat it. It's safe. I swear it on my family's honor. And I also swear that you would be quite foolish to decline an offer like this. There you go. Do you have water? Good. I was not inclined to share my wine. I doubt your palate could even comprehend it. So where exactly do you come from, and how did you get all the way here? It had to be a long journey. There's nothing close to here. I would know. I spend a lot of time exploring this countryside. Like I said, I like to stay informed. And as effective as my intelligence network is, there's nothing that can hold a candle to actually setting foot in the world. Seeing things with your own eyes. Do you not agree? It does make me a more effective ruler, or it will when I ascend to the throne, eventually. The throne is in fact occupied by my father at the moment, the great King Felsic. I'm sure you've heard of him. Tales of his leadership spread far and wide. That's good to know. He's a good king, fair and just. Easily the best leader our people have had in centuries. My father leads, but I assist. And when the day comes that he moves on to the depths, I will take his place and rule with courage and intelligence, as is expected of me. The depths, where we all go when we pass on. Leave this plane of existence for the next. No, not real caves. You really don't know much about church culture. No, it's fine. I said I'd be the ambassador here. Allow me to explain how our faith works. We church believe that When this body tires out and the spirit is ready to move to the next life, it goes to a place called the depths, deeper than any place we could ever dig to, no matter how hard we try. And we really do try. We are tenacious in our digging. The depths are forever out of reach, and it's where the spirits of our dead go. Once there, they can continue to exist in wealth and comfort until the end of time, under the watchful eye of the Creator, the First. That is a longer story, and not one I wish to get into at the moment. Suffice it to say, someday my father will go to the depths, and I will be queen. But I'm in no hurry for that to happen. I prefer learning and expanding my resources for as long as I can, exploring the lands in and around my kingdom. Not at all. There's no rush. We Chert have quite long lives. I myself am only 200 years old, with many hundreds more ahead of me. That's perfectly normal for us. Whereas your people don't live nearly that long, do they? That's all? A mere 100 years is nothing. Imagine having your entire life unfold in such a short time. Growing, living, and dying, like the blink of an eye. What is that like? You must tell me. I mean, in my various diplomatic relations with other races, I rarely get the chance to discuss things like life and death. It's always trade negotiations and treaty deals, and only with the highest-ranking members of any government, not the common people. But right now, I can ask you all manner of things. So tell me, what is it like to know your time is so short? Is the existential crisis just ongoing in your mind? Is there a constant scream in the back of your brain, reminding you that your time is running out? Do you watch the sun pass every day and feel the life ebbing from you? No? How strange. I suppose I can't really fathom it, nor can you fathom what it's like to live for so long. It's fine, our differences make us interesting, in a way that makes me very glad I'm a Chert. Anyway, what do your people think happens at the end of life? Interesting, that's not very similar to us. Perhaps we're both right, and the Creator sends our spirits into different areas depending on our beliefs. That would make some sense. Yes, well, since neither of us intends to die anytime soon, I suppose we can table this conversation for now. Which reminds me, do you have somewhere to be? Am I delaying you from a rendezvous of some type? Good, I'm glad to hear it. Not that I enjoy your company, per se, but I'm learning quite a bit. Do you enjoy learning? I see. So many races don't put any stock in learning, which is unfortunate. The Chert have massive libraries. Our cool, dry caves are a great place to keep books and parchments. We value learning and culture above most other things. Why do you look so surprised? Wait, don't tell me. I think meeting me has changed your perception a great deal, which means you had some fairly stereotypical preconceptions in mind before you met me. Is that right? Don't look so guilty. You called me a dwarf, after all. But you haven't acted in a bigoted fashion, just a confused one. I presume you were told one thing, and now I exist as evidence to the contrary. So what was it you were told? What did you think my people were like? Go ahead, you can tell me. I won't be offended. At least not in your direction. I see. Interesting. And not entirely surprising. Okay, that's enough. I get the picture. We Chert are a noble, proud race. We keep to ourselves as much as possible, but sometimes that can be to our detriment. People like you then end up with the wrong idea. But no, we are not dirty diggers with no table manners. We are not ale-swilling pigs. We mine for the resources that power our land and drive our commerce, but we do so with exceptional engineering, careful planning and forethought. Our mining experts are nothing short of genius, and they can extract the ores and minerals in the safest, most efficient ways. And when we celebrate, we do so with dignity, music, good food, and never a single drunken brawl. We are, my tall friend, nothing like you've been told. Can you see that now? Good. Stereotypes can be dangerous. Don't fall victim to assumptions, especially without evidence. Question everything, test and refine, and arrive at the conclusions that make the most logical sense. I'm glad. I see my ambassador skills are more effective than I had thought. Very good to know. Now you tell me something about your people. Are you as ignorant and backwards as I have thought? What is it you do, for example? A smith, truly. No, I have a lot of respect for smiths. None could be as impressive as church smiths, of course. Our smiths are the best anywhere. They work with the ore that we dig and refine, and they pass down their knowledge generation to generation. No weapon, no tool on earth can compare to one fashioned by a church smith. But I do respect the work, even when others perform it. Are you any good? Indeed. Let me see then. Do you have something on you that you've made? That will do. Show me. This is indeed impressive. I'm serious. It's no chert blade, but it's quite a nice dagger. I like the balance of it, the weight. It feels like something I would be glad to use. Trust me, that is high praise. Yes, well, don't let it go to your head. But it's good that you have a trade, a skill even. Keep nurturing that. You'll probably go far. You might even rival a church smith someday. No, not really. Very unlikely. But you never know. Is your family proud of you? Your partner, perhaps? Oh, I see. Well, plenty of time to find love. Wait, no, not for you. That short lifespan situation. Still, you have your family. Siblings, you said? And you look after them. That's noble of you. I can respect the dedication to family. My dedication is quite similar. Oh no, not yet. I'm in no rush to settle down with a relationship. Unlike you, I do have plenty of time. For now, I'm content to learn all I can and explore where I'm able. Speaking of that, I should probably go. Lots to see and do. I told you I'm fine, perfectly safe, and certainly not in need of a peasant to look after me, but thank you. I appreciate the offer. You should go home, look after your forge. I know the work of a smith. It is never ending. In fact, here, take this. Consider it a gift from a future queen. It's an ingot. Just a small one, but still. It's a special metal. One that I can't tell you much about, not without breaking a few secrets. But suffice it to say, it's very light and very strong. You should be able to make something good with it. Perhaps another knife. I have a few I keep with me. I always figure they would work as currency in a pinch, but I've never needed to use them. This one isn't currency, it's a gift. A blessing bestowed upon you, commoner. You're welcome. Don't worry, I expect nothing in return, except that you don't come wandering in these caves again. You might get hurt. Yes, that too. It's not your territory. Stay where you belong. And also, don't tell anyone about this medal. Wouldn't want people getting wind of something that isn't any of their business. Oh, I have no fear of that. You would not believe the level of siege we church could withstand. But I'd rather not invite conflict. As I said, we are not the easy brawlers you seem to believe. Diplomacy first, violence second. And this is a diplomatic gesture. Take it with my compliments. Very good. One last thing this princess requests. Do not tell anyone you saw me. No, not a soul. I have my reasons. Thank you. All right then, on your way, peasant. Good luck to you. And be well. Perhaps we'll meet again under better circumstances. Hey, Sweetness. Special shout out to this audio's randomly selected Sweetness patron, Siege14. Thank you so much to all of my patrons. You make this channel possible. If you like what you hear, be sure to hit the subscribe button below, leave a like, and check out the links in the description for my other channels, my Patreon full of great perks, and all the ways you can support me with my gratitude. Thanks for listening.